Hello. This is a quick little screenplay feature thing because I am obsessive. Um, I am. Anyway, so there's a lot of stuff in here, which is pretty cool. I also have, before I get to the screenplay thing, I have this very elaborate help screen. So these are all the documentation I've written. It's a lot of writing. Oh, the visuals. Anyway, so we're going to go back to the main page here. And I'm going to show you a couple of the features very quickly, because I don't have a lot of time. I got to go take my son for a haircut. So there's no projects in here. This is clear. I just deleted all the projects. So I'm going to hit this button to create one. Now I can just create a prose or screenplay mode project, but that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to import, because this weekend I wrote a little final draft importer, because final draft files are actually just XML files, so I can just have at it. So it's pretty cool. So here we go. This is pulling the title from the file name, because the final draft format doesn't actually have a title attribute. It just has a title page, which is a little confusing actually. But anyway, so the idea here is this is a full list of all of the scenes, and it makes me think that there are some problems with my language, because I broke it into sections and scenes, but then you can have many of these if you want into a scene, depending more like a sequence. So anyway, but so as is, everything here will be under Act 1, Scene 1. But if I want to break that up, because this is the actual Ghostbusters script, I'm going to say, Columbia University. So I'm just going to say Act 1, scared lady, skeezy Bankman, and stuff. So you can say like, this is just for the import. This is only really used infrequently, but I just built this. So let's see here. Location. So what you can do here is you can say like, these are different scenes. You can break them down, and you can just say there's a scene and here's a scene and stuff like that. And then, so you can do that. And then let's go down to, where's this one here? High rise, Upper West Side. There you go. So this is like, I would consider this to be where Act 2 begins. So the numbering is automatic, so it's a little weird. But so then this is Act 2, and then I can break a bunch of scenes. Kind of cool. It's kind of cool. This is nonetheless. I don't really have a thought on this. So this, you could break this down. Every individual item could be a scene or whatever. It's flexible, and you can have as many acts as you want. It doesn't have to, whatever. And then eventually I'll add an exporter, so you can do a round trip with Final Draft. But I mostly actually did this importer right now so I could get a proper script in here. It's faster to do this than it was actually like manually type up the script, like a Ghostbusters script, so I could actually see what a populated script looks like. So we'll just do this, got a whole bunch of things, and then there we go. And so, yep. So it's kind of cool, and it's pretty simple. You wouldn't use this that much, but it allows you, if you're using it, to not have to create something from scratch. And then, is this going to break on me? Nuts. What's going on here? I don't know why that just did that. Oh, weird. Okay. So, kind of. So what it did here, create the project. I'm not sure why that screen went white, but I will investigate that. But what it did is it created, extracted the assets and like the characters and the locations. Now, Final Draft actually maintains that itself, but I'm doing it on a scene-by-scene basis myself, rather than pulling in what their extraction is. So you can see here, if I go to right, all these acts, get a scared lady, and my goodness, it's extracted the characters, it's got the locations, it's got this cool little bar here for the different asset types. So when I clicked on here, and this is, I could turn that into something if I want, but it's showing that this is an action, it's a location, and as I arrow it down, so it's an action, and then what's this? Oh, it's a character, and it floats at the top. And then the thing, and if I want to add more, I could just tab over and create like, I don't have like any continued or anything like that, but I mean, I guess I guess I could just do this, but, no, the bracket won't work for, why actually won't the bracket work? Oh, weird, okay. And then if I do this, I say, quiet, hello, so you can do that. So it's got the formatting, and then if I want to change this to something else, I could say, I don't know, like if I just said like, I don't know, cat or something, I could change that to a thing. I can change that to the type and everything. So I can, whatever. And that's pretty cool. Oh, I just changed where the selection was. It's a little wonky. If I do this and then I change something and then the cursor doesn't always go back in the right spot, but it's pretty cool. And so this is in the format. This will print in this way. I will eventually probably just do a PDF export for the print, and so the margins are enforced like this. Most of the screenplay stuff the apps will keep a fixed width, so everything's kind of a minimum page width, but mine's just kind of dynamic. Anyway, so that's pretty cool. And we got all the characters, so in the different scenes, you can see everybody. Hey, Dean Yeager. And you can see the assets here. So you can see the characters, and I've got everybody here. And you can say, some of them are kind of weird. It says like all together and Venkman and a different character kind of come up as a new character, because I'm not really sure how to handle that, because there's so many ways I could interpret that. But and then I can add stuff. I'll add like a primary or secondary character stuff. Designation at some point, and then the locations. So I see all the locations. So a lot of locations. Which is one? Fire Hall, 8 uses, and so it says how many times. It's kind of cool actually. So if I see 8 uses sort of for the Fire Hall, and then I have a little thing here that says where in the project it is. So Act 1, Scene 1, blah blah blah. So and then if I say, oh, what scene is this? I'm there. Pretty cool. This is way too many sections because this is. Oh, that shouldn't say intercut. I thought I fixed that. It's supposed to be smart enough. It was actually. This may not be the right version. The word intercut should be taken out because it shouldn't be in interpreting that as a location. But there are a million different ways to import the scripting. So that's pretty cool. And then we got the plot. So this here. This is like my Act 1. You can see all the things. You can see Stantz, you can see Venkman, a whole bunch of things I still want to do. And then there's like a weird one here where it says like Venkman and Spengler, but whatever. And then I can do this. Ooh, thinking about it, I should actually make that act and scene designation sticky. So when you scroll, you can still see it. Hadn't thought of that until just now. So it's kind of cool. And you can do this. And you can sort of minimize. And if I want to see it in this view, fixed, this is the entire width of the project. This is all of the locations. And these are all of the characters. None of the other arcs or other asset types like the arcs, MacGuffins, story beats. I couldn't extract them from the Final Cut, but this is so I can see how it looks when it's busy, which is kind of cool. And then I can go into plotting mode. So plotting mode here shows me all of the locations. So across, so this is Ghostbusters locations in all the movies. So these are the things. Now this would look more realistic if I actually broke up the acts or the scenes appropriately instead of randomly, haphazardly doing it. But I can see the characters. So I can see Venkman's a lot, and then Stantz and Spengler. They're in a bunch. And I can get rid of dialogue and arcs. And what was that one? Oh, there we go. So you can just see some of it. And that is, I think, pretty super cool. But I'm going to do a thing where you can hide a lot of these to make it a little more navigable, because this is a lot of stuff, and make the sort of sticky headers as if it were Excel. Anyway, that's super cool. And yeah, that's just super cool. I think that's super cool. Oh, and I got a little history here of changes. So when you do stuff, it shows everything you've done, because, I have that surface in a couple different places. But yeah, very excited about that. The screenplay thing. It's pretty nice. And it's a functioning screenplay editor. It doesn't do dual dialogue. I'm not really sure how to do that yet, but it's not really that relevant. But it's a working screenplay editor that I built in a day. And then I did the other stuff like a couple days. But the actual screenplay editing only took me a day. Oh, and it didn't stop recording too soon.